Samantha Cameron spent 6 years living in Downing Street while her husband David Cameron was Prime Minister, of course. Now, the dress that she's wearing there, I remember that made such an impact, outside number 10, of course, the morning after the 2015 election. It is being auctioned off for charity, and Samantha joins me now. That is what you call a statement dress, I think.
Yes, you're always looking for something for those occasions that's going to not kind of blend too much into the Downing Street door. So it was always sort of quite good to get some print and some colour on your outfit.
Absolutely. Well, that's the thing. I always thought you were sort of effortlessly elegant. You know, that's the way that you always seemed. You always appeared, and very serene and all of that. Tell me though, why you're auctioning it off? Because this charity, very deserving charity, very high-profile supporters. We've got Meghan Markle, Victoria Beckham, yourself.
Well, I'm an ambassador for them, and I used to volunteer for them a few years ago. They're an amazing charity that help through interview training and high quality clothing to give women who've been unemployed for a while the chance to get back into the workplace. And they've got the most amazing success rate, and you know, every penny they raise really does go directly to helping people, and they have an amazing volunteer group, and the results are extraordinary.
They are. This is SmartWorks, and it's such a good idea, because you're right. You don't really think about that if you're going to something like an interview, you need to look your very best, and that's going to make you have the confidence, hopefully, to get that job.
It's amazing what a difference it makes. I think that, and having a little bit of training and someone telling you that you're brilliant and you can do it and you do deserve it. I think lots of women who they might have been full-time parents or a carer for some of their family, maybe they've been in prison or they've been ill for a long time, and I think they do, you know, lose their confidence. But it's incredible what a couple of hours of being told that they, you know, they're brilliant, they can do it, they look amazing, they've got the tools to do fantastically well in their interview, and the results are extraordinary.
They really are, and it really works, which is terrific. Now, I always think when you are the wife of the Prime Minister, or indeed the husband of the Prime Minister, it's a strange one, because it's not an official job in the way that there's a First Lady in the United States and she gets an office and staff and a kind of roadmap, if you like, but none of you do, and you've got to kind of find your own way.
Yes, no, it is very different. I mean, I took the view that I just wanted to carry on with my life, you know, support my husband in the best way that I could, but also continue my life and the children's life as normal. So I continued with my job, and I went down from working full-time, what I had done previously actually, to working 3 days a week, so I could support him when he needed me, but not getting overly involved. Because I say there's not an official role, and people, you know, they take different routes, but that's how I decided to handle it. And I had 3 small children and a new baby, so.
Well, exactly. There was quite a lot going on, that's for sure. I mean, Boris Johnson, of course, has got a wee baby just now. Do you have any, I mean, how did you manage to make that work with a little one? Because your wee one was only a couple of months old.
I think I was on my 4th by then, so I can't. I mean, I think it seemed fairly sort of seamless, but I have to say I wasn't expecting him to get overly involved. He's always been a brilliant dad, so I think one of the things that we always did with the children from when they were really tiny was he would have a kind of bath with them, and that was quite bonding, and also much easier for me than trying to bath in one of those terrible little kind of plastic things where you're always terrified you're going to sort of drop them and they're going to slip out of your hands. So he always did that, you know, when he could, and we sort of muddled through somehow.
Yeah, you just have to. But the thing is, looking at you from the outside looking in, it was like I said, it seemed very serene. You seemed to never put a foot wrong. Was it like the little duck with the, you know, the little feet are going underneath while it all sails on?
Definitely. I mean, particularly on the outfits and things. It's, you know, the camera doesn't lie, and it's much harder finding things to wear that are appropriate and won't go sort of horribly wrong when you're, you know, doing something where there's lots of TV cameras and, you know, journalists around. So I'd be lying if I said we didn't spend quite a lot of time prepping for the kind of big events like conferences or state visits, and you try and make it look effortless.
No, I know.
And it often went horribly wrong. I mean, there were moments when things, you know, I'd forget the right underwear or my shoes, and we'd turn up somewhere and I'd have to sort of borrow shoes off people, or nude coloured underwear, or Or zips would break at the last minute. I had dresses that, you know, they sort of split just before I went onto the conference stage, having just had a baby. So yes, we tried to make it look effortless and seamless, but it clearly wasn't really.
Well, it looked all fine to us. It looked all fine to us. And also there's that thing of, you've got kids in this really odd situation, you know, where your husband has got the top job, trying to give them a sense of normality.
Yes, it was sort of easier when they were littler because they didn't really understand what was going on. And when we moved into Downing Street, we sort of moved all our furniture in from home, and I carried on going to work and dropping them off at school, and they carried on at their same schools, and they had their friends round for parties and play dates. But as they grew a bit older and, you know, became sort of teenagers, or my older ones became teenagers, I think the pressure of having a father as Prime Minister and living somewhere like Downing Street, you know, I think it does become a little stranger.
No, exactly. And maybe a little bit of a sense of relief that you can actually now genuinely have a reasonably normal life.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I think the children sort of felt that when we moved home. It was lovely coming home, and suddenly they're much nearer their friends and my family. And I think there's not that sense the whole time that, yeah, of your father being Prime Minister, and of their friends, you know, being aware of that all of the time.
No, absolutely, especially in moments like this where the strain of that job is of course immense. It always is, but it seems to be multiplied by that times a million at the moment, that's for sure. But you can continue your life. I know you've got your own business, you're a very successful businesswoman, and also able to support brilliant causes like this that help people to get a job. And right now, that is so vital, isn't it?
It totally, and I think women will be affected. You know, Hugh, they always are affected in terms of unemployment, even more than men during a recession. So I think anything and everything that we can do at SmartWorks to help women back into the workplace, give them the confidence not to give up and to keep trying is just essential.
Samantha, great to talk to you. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Good luck with the auction. I hope it goes really well, and I'll talk to you again real soon. Thank you.
Great, thank you.
Thank you. Don't forget, you can watch full episodes of Lorraine on the ITV Hub, and all the best clips, compilations and playlists right here on our channel. Just subscribe now and you'll never miss an upload. Click here to watch another video similar to this one, or click here to head to our channel's homepage to explore all of our exciting videos.